Guys, what's up? So my 18th birthday is coming up, and many of y'all also know that I graduated from high school. So I decided why not it'd be fun just to go down memory lane and to kind of just look at all the stuff that I did that my mother apparently has kept. And she was asking me a couple of days ago, would you like to look over it just to see if you want to keep anything? And I was kind of like, no, like I'm not that type of person who wants to keep everything. But then I decided, why not? I mean, not that I'm going to keep everything, but why not just go look over it? And so I wanted to bring you all with me. And my mother apparently did a great job on organizing this. I mean, there's like these packets. This is like first grade. She even kept my first grade report card as well. So, yeah. So why don't we look at, I think this says K, so probably kindergarten. Let's see what's in here, man. You did it, Ellie. By the way, my nickname as a kid was Ellie. That's what people call me. Some people still call me that today. However, I do go by Elizabeth. That is my given name. So, yeah. This is reading language skill assessment post test. And I was looking through this. And this was like kind of difficult a little bit. Well, not this part, like drum. Like, it took me a while to figure out what I was even supposed to do in here. There was no instructions. But yeah, I guess I had difficulty as a kindergarten naming part and telling part. I sat here for about like 2 minutes just trying to figure out like what's the difference between naming part and telling part. Yeah, that was kind of embarrassing. I'm a sophomore in college, not in high school, college. The only reason because of that is that I did do enrollment, so I finished my freshman year. Well, I also finished my senior year, so that's how I'm a sophomore. Anyhow, moving on from that part. I don't know. Oh, this is from summer camp. Okay, so every year I would do summer camp. And this must have been like my favorite leader. I usually had like a favorite leader each year. And I always would love to try to like be a leader, I guess, in that essence. I don't know if you can see here, but that's a boondoggle is what they called it. And let me tell you, I was obsessed with that kind of stuff. Apparently her name was Nicole. So that was kind of cool seeing that. My favorite part of kindergarten is the art center, playing outside, and gym. Apparently, I liked gym class in kindergarten. Let me just tell you, by the time I hit 3rd grade, gym class was the worst class. Every class. I've hated PE class. I know hate's a really strong word, but yes, I hate PE class. Which is kind of funny because I work out, but PE class is a little different. PE class is the class where you realize that you are the one that's picked last. And it's the one that you realize that you get hit by balls. And I never like getting hit by balls. So that's why I dislike PE class so much. And also, no one really does anything. Like it's not even working out. It's just like, oh, let's ruin your self-esteem and get hit by a ball. Yeah, that might be a gym class. It's probably horrible, right? Yeah. Realize this. I'm apparently talking about a spider, and how I assume that is because it have 8 legs. I think it means a spider has 8 legs, but of course I didn't know how to use proper grammar. And like, this is a spider. This was my drawing of a spider that has 8 legs. It's a neck with. And you know what? I'm not going to try to say that word. Oh, I bet this says lion is the king of the jungle. I'm starting to get my kindergarten in mind. I was like 6 when I went into kindergarten. By the way, if you're trying to do the math, I graduate 1 year early. I enjoy having Elizabeth in my class. She assumes responsibility well and is well liked by her peers. She has helped make my year a pleasant one. Elizabeth, keep reading and enjoy your summer. I look forward to reading some stories that you write over the summer. Love, Mrs. test zone. Isn't that sweet? And it has like little messages about how good I was in first grade. And I was 7 in first grade. So I just figured this out that this thing, well, okay, no, I didn't just figure it out. My parents told me. This thing is a prune, apparently. I'm a sophomore in college and I've never had a prune and I wouldn't have gotten this right. I didn't believe that. Apparently little kids eat prunes. I don't know what prune is. I remember this very clearly. We sang, this is our bulletin to the song God Bless America. This is a bulletin home that we love. Route 11 leads north and south. Oh my goodness, I forgot how to say this. Oneida Lake goes east and west. We can fish here, we can swim here, go on picnics at Oneida shores. This is our bulletin, our home, sweet home. This is our bulletin, home that we love. Through the lock and along the river, we can travel to the lake. From the black house to the firehouse to the school we will go. This is our bulletin, our home, sweet home. This is definitely my favorite thing in the whole first grader block. This is so funny. This is apparently about Thanksgiving and what we did, and it's so true. Most of the time we come to someone's house. When we get there, I play with the children at Scott and Lisa's house. Those are my family members. Then we eat. We have turkey and potato. When we're done eating, we go around the table and say what we are thankful for. We still do that today, to this day. After we do that, next the men watch TV. The men watch sports. Children play. Women plan whose turn is next, and they plan what to do. Sometimes Grandma Sharon gives us toys. We are going to Scott and Lisa's house. Yeah. However, things have changed with COVID-19, so I don't know what's going to happen, but that was kind of sweet. This was our farm. We went to it every single year. It was an annual tradition near in the fall that we did, and I always rode a horse, and we did a corn maze, and I never got lost in a corn maze, and it was very simple. It was an easy corn maze. Oh, I remember this thing. I really disliked how I had to pull this out. It was very complicated as a little kid of how to do this. I actually remember this. Elizabeth, these must have been my hands. My hands haven't grown that much in second grade. That's unfortunate. I've been looking at a lot of the other stuff here. As you can see, all of this. I've just been kind of just going it over. All the work I did as a kid. My mother homeschooled me from 5th, 6th, and 7th, and 9th grade. And I think she did a great job. I used to complain a lot about it when I was a kid, but yeah, she gave me a really solid education. I would say that. Looking at all the work that I did, sometimes wonder now that, I kind of feel like I did more work as a kid than I do now as a college student, I mean, yeah, there's more reading, but I feel like as a kid there was more comprehension in what I did than just memorization, and I kind of feel like right now in college it's a lot of just read it, memorize a couple of things and take a quiz. Here it was actual comprehension, about what did you read about and stuff like that. I feel like there was more application to it. This is actually a book that I did at a private school in 8th grade-ish. 8th grade, it was Algebra 1. And she made us, it was a special school for special needs kids who have difficulty learning. I didn't really have difficulty learning, but I did have difficulty in socialization and environmental settings as a kid. But yeah, she was the one who I was really struggling in math during this time. Though I was quite good at it for most of my life, I was kind of just having a little struggle understanding it, but she really helped apply it. She really, at first my mother was nervous that there was no textbook, but she ended up being okay with it after she saw all the work that we did. We actually created a math textbook was the idea. And so this was literally what our books looked like. Really boosted my math esteem in this class. See, this thing would go up, if I can get it up. There we go. And she would come up with these creative ideas to help us learn, so we can understand in and out functions for fx equals 3x plus 4. She really helped us not just memorize the formulas, but understand how the formulas worked. She was my favorite teacher during this in this class. And stuff like that. This is my webkins page. You guys actually know what webkins are and stuff like that. You know, Elizabeth Webkins. See. I don't know if y'all remember that, but there was a time period where that was a thing. Growing up as a kid. I don't really know how old I am. I don't know what kids I am today. I feel like that makes me sound so old. Oh, sometimes you get discouraged because I am so small, and always leave my fingerprints on furniture and walls. But every day I'm growing. I'll be grown someday, and all those tiny handprints will surely fade away. So here's a little handprint, just so you can recall exactly how many fingers looked when I was very small. I guess to close this whole video up, I want to say thank you to my parents, especially my mother, because she's the one who homeschooled me, and thank you for homeschooling me. I think this video has just been mostly an eye-opener to me, you know. Definitely an eye-opener of where I was and where I am now. I think sometimes we can forget the good times, you know. We sometimes only see rainy days when there's a lot of sunshine in the midst of that, and it's hard to see that in the midst of this whole entire thing. But even now, I see that I think this pandemic thing has brought people closer together. So as much as there's rain, I think there's always sunshine somewhere nearby, even if it's in a silver lining. And I think that's one thing we have to remember. We can wish for yesterday, but all we have is literally today. And with that, we have to always constantly be sometimes just living in the moment, you know. We don't know what the future holds, and we can't change the past, even if it's just us wanting to go back to that, you know, just being a little kid and not caring in the world about what tomorrow is going to bring. We can still be that little kid in essence by trusting God with that childlike faith of being okay with where we are at the moment that we are. And I think that's something I've had to learn throughout my entire life, is just being okay with the moment. Just, you know, what they say, grow where you're planted. And that's kind of what I wanted to leave you all with, just the lesson of grow where you're planted. And maybe it'd be a good time just to look back the memory lane, see the good times, and know that there's still times up ahead. It's the matter of way you want to look at it. As my mom says, your glass half full or half empty. And I think for once I'm starting to learn a little bit more of how to make my glass half full. So, again, if you want to give it a thumbs up, have any comment down below, and subscribe to my channel. See you next time. Bye.